No, ma'am. Ma'ams, just help me to understand. Like, walk in the common sense corner. Because it just seems like everybody these days can call themselves a love expert or a relationship expert and give some daggone advice based on their opinion, based on their feelings, without referring to facts. Just because a guy who has a penile said something does not mean he knows what he's talking about. Let's go into the science, shall we, of why shooting your shot does not work in your best interest. First, you have to understand what drives a man to select you. What drives a man to select you is that you activate his testosterone. And then that activates a hunter gene in his brain for him to pursue you. Now, according to science, if this man is unwilling to overcome the fear or the risk of rejection, if he is unwilling to pursue the woman that he's supposedly interested in, he's considered a passive male. These type of passive males, according to research, make poor husbands and poor fathers. How do you know if that man was willing to overcome the fear of rejection in order to be willing to pursue you? Your only job, ma'am, is to show him you're interested by giving him opening, buying cues that you're interested. The rest is supposed to be up to him. Remember, he is the hunter. Okay, you will never ever see a deer that walks up to the hunter saying, please shoot me. No, ma'am. As a matter of fact, they value the deer that has the biggest rack, the biggest antlers. Why? Because that deer was smart enough to avoid being captured by just anybody. So the hunters actually celebrate and value the one that is the hardest to catch, the one that required effort. If this man is not putting any effort into earning you, ma'am, then that means that you are not triggering vasopressin. Vasopressin and dopamine, which are the bonding hormones in a man, are triggered by his effort towards pleasing you, making you happy, and earning your heart, your trust, and eventually your body. And the vasopressin is what makes him want to commit, provide, and take care of you and marry you. That's what makes him want to give you his last name. Now, if you're the one operating in your masculine energy by shooting your shot, the only prize you set yourself up to win is a man who's most likely going to be highly in his feminine energy. Let me tell you something. You can't ask a bank robber to help you create a security system to protect the vault, okay? Because self-preservation is the first law of human nature. This is the reason why I don't believe men should be giving women advice. Because at the end of the day, men are going to give advice based on what's going to benefit them ultimately. What's going to make things easier for them ultimately. But according to the science, men value what isn't easy. They value and fall in love with a woman based on the efforts that he has to put into earning him. So if you are trusting the bank robber to really give you the code on how to develop a security system to keep other bank robbers out, then ma'am, good luck. You are setting yourself up for heartbreak. Now, any prize, the Grammys, the Oscars, never ever walk up to any of the celebrities saying, hey, come and get me. They don't do that. They're not pursuing them because they know their place. But at the end of the day, if a man is really into you, if he's really interested in you, and if your cues that you are open to him, holding eye contact, smiling at him, touching your hair, if you being open to him and giving the signals is not enough for this man to be willing to make the move, then he's not interested, ma'am. Assume he's gay, okay? Assume you're not his one. Assume your soulmate's out there somewhere, but he's not it. And you want a man who's going to be willing to see the value in you from the beginning, to be willing to walk up to you and make the move. However, you, ma'am, absolutely should not. Because yes, it does drive you in your masculine energy. And yes, it does drop your estrogen. And as you're dropping your estrogen, you're increasing your cortisol. That means you're increasing your stress hormone. And if this man is open to you pursuing him and walking up to him like he's a female, then that means he's highly in his feminine energy, which means his cortisol is through the roof too. So he's stressed the hell out too. And you know what? A stressed out man can't love you right. A stressed out man can't make money right. He can't be the kind of man that's going to feed into your feminine energy. So rather than set yourself up for attracting that kind of man, be the kind of woman who knows her value and is willing to be patient enough to receive the man who sees her value and he's willing to move heaven and earth in order to catch the prize. I hope that helps.